quick of the 2 trades I called yesterday in the Telegram group. So if you also watch the trade recap of this trade I called yesterday, you should definitely be able to catch this move. That's if you take it, because I said yesterday I bought here and my TP was somewhere around here. No, my TP was before that. My TP was somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. I got out here. I did exactly 1 to 2, but the TP I wanted was somewhere around here. But you can see market did his thing. Then I was out of the trade and I said I immediately put back my buy limit again at this same price that I believe market is going to come there. I said it in the trade recap of yesterday, so you can go and watch the video, you understand. So I did put the buy limit actually, but I wanted to go and sleep and then I deleted it. Market was not coming there when I wanted it, when I was awake. So market did almost come there here, reacted, and I wanted to go and sleep. I just deleted the buy limit and left. So market eventually came there and then bought from here. That's what gave this whole move all the way to the stop, So that was this one. And then later on, I called on that trade here. Should be around this zone here. So basically, as I said, I usually go for the support zone, wherever market stop at, resistance or support, wherever. But basically, just to keep it simple, you see market stopping at somewhere and deciding not to go above or lower. So this is it here. At the same time, is our highs. So you see that market eventually came above this level and something like that. So if I was awake, this would have been, I would be in the buy limit. This would have been another entry. And then above this level or so would have been another entry. So this was the trade I called here. But then this is the zone. So for me to pick the price, I called the trade at 14. So the price was from 14. I got this price from basically this gap zone here. So inverse fair value gap. That's how I got this gap, and I called the trade and I gave the trade idea. It happened to be somewhere around 15 with a 60 pips, 50 pips SL. So market just swept me out, then did all this massive push down. But the moment market swept me out, I already have another trade idea down here, which was a very high probability trade idea for me, which I did send immediately. After we got stop out immediately, I sent this and I said, if market doesn't buy from here, make I bend. So I gave the price at 96. Yeah, 96.6. So this was the one that finally went in our direction. So we're here with a 50 pips SL. The SL was 90, I think 96, 90, 60 pips. So market just tagged us, and the TP I also gave was so fucking accurate to the point that market just gave the exact TP, because I said TP 16 on the dots. Market did stop at 16 on the dots. Yeah, very, very accurate. That was my first TP. So whenever I drop trade, I usually put TP1 and then open TP if I see it buying further. And most of the time, I usually get out of the trade from the TP1. So this was this trade that eventually went well. And then this was the one that we get stop out on. So it was 15. The entry was somewhere around here with a 50 pips SL, which market swept us badly, 50 pips SL. And then I was targeting somewhere here. I've not found TP then, but maybe I'll be targeting somewhere here. Nothing yet so far, by the way. I don't know how I call this trade, but I think maybe I wanted to take it back to this trend line, Well, most of the time, before I call a trade, I usually have TP. and I didn't remember this. I cannot even remember this trade that much, so it's not really a trade. I will stop. In the nearest future, I will not be calling trades like this because it's not. It doesn't really align with my setup that much. It's too high, it's too expensive. But I called it because why did I call this trade safe? I saw the entry at first. Okay, I called this trade because market gave me the entry here. I saw the entry here and I was observing. I didn't take because it was in between news, high CPI move, and it was too hot, to me. So I didn't take, I didn't call it, and it went to the TP, which was this trend line. I remember now. So eventually when it now retraced to me, I see it as coming back to the entry and tag me in again and go up. So that was why I called this second one. But same way I didn't call this thing, I would have actually just lock up on this one. But since this one went well, I told myself it's going to come back and react and buy back up. So that was why I called this one. If not, this would have been my trade. This aligns perfectly with me because since we came out of this zone here, we got a retest here, and this would have been where I should have actually been in this trade from down here. So this makes more sense for me to be in this one and having a good entry from my picking of entry as well that brought me to this 96. I use this reverse. There's a inverse fair value gap from this back here that I use. No, I didn't use that. I got the entry from this top here, somewhere here. So that's how I got this trade. Then this one, after this one, if I didn't buy from here, my next place to buy from is gonna be still the same place here, which you see market tag here again. But let's say it's gonna sweep me out with you need to use more than 100 pips. I would definitely want to use 60 pips or the same SL, by the way. But I'm not surprised that he swept out because there's an accumulation already, so many accumulations, so it makes more sense for it to dump down. Which this is the trade. It's basically trade recap. The first trade I called, this trade was a SL. This one went pretty well, perfect, good. Not the entry wasn't that perfect because we got a drawdown of 40 pips, I guess. But the TP, that's crazy, man. The TP was so accurate that some people might not even TP on it. If you like, I'm very sure because it stops exactly on my on that same price, at the price I gave. This massive move, I was under this. I was not awake at all. I literally just left the chart since. So this is definitely a good, beautiful move. I would have been in this trade from here. I would have been in this trade from here. I would have been in this trade for, even if I missed this one, I would be in the second one again. This would have been my entry, and then this market going up and coming back again and tagging me. So these two here and here, I would have been in this trade. I would have been in this trade here as well. So you can see these places I'm mentioning, they all aligns with these zones, and these zones, and it's simply what I have been doing since. So let's clear this chart quick because it's a little bit messy, and then let's remove all drawings. So let's clear this chart again quick and see if we can mark exactly how I mark my zone. First of all, I said I want to mark zones from where market is stopping at. I see market buying to a point and it deciding not to go above, or is selling and is stopping at a point and deciding not to go lower. So this is the first one I want to observe here. You see here is a good one. It makes more sense for me to mark here first. Then let's observe more. Maybe I'll lower the time frame a bit. We can still see here. So here, this is a good one too. I don't want to go back too much in the past here, but I'm observing it. I don't want to go too much here. I don't want to go here. I'm more focused on what is happening now, so what market is doing right now. I also know that market stops here. That's my first thing. I also know that that's one thing I'm saying now. I don't want to start marking here. I don't want to mark here because market has not confirmed well that we are forming a support here. But the one that I'm so sure of is this resistance zone here. Now, what else am I saying here? It simply means we kind of like going up. You see, this market is kind of like pushing up. So we still have this structure that is there, you know. So as far as we have this structure, but I don't care. Even let's say we were observing this and then we came down here. It's not broken, by the way. It's just tapping, grabbing this little liquidity accumulated and here and using here again. So, and then we pushed up again. I'm actually coming in the charts newly, so I'm doing it the way I usually do. I still have to come and mark this place. You know why? Because market stopped to go lower around here. I didn't want to mark it before, but I just saw it now. Well, so it simply means when we were here, we were rejecting. Market said, I don't want to go lower. Instead, it pushed above here. And then when it went to this top, it decided not to go above here. And then when he decided to come down, it came back down here. And then when it bounced back from here again, it went back up here again and said, I'm not going above. When he wanted to come down, it came down and stopped here. This stopping here, I'm not counting it. It's none of my business. It's internal liquidity. So when market came here, it pushed back up here. It's stopping here. So this is my major place. And then this is my secondary zone to observe. So if I want to buy straight up, I want to buy from here. Straight up. I don't want to see anything inside here. If I want to buy, I want to buy from here. That's first. If I want to buy again, I might just wait for this market to come above here and then kind of like give me a retest and continuation of buys. That's something else again. Those are the way I think you should day trade good. Every day trade, you might definitely find something every day. You might see 1 to 2 trades in a day. So this is how you day trade good. Then if you want to hold like long trade, for instance, the trade I called yesterday here that tagged well here and pushed all the way is different. This one is then kind of like the trade that I kind of like observe down, you know. So something like I'll be waiting because this place now, this price is still very important to me. The price of yesterday, which was this 96 that gave us this massive push, I need to keep this price down. I need to keep it down here. So I need to bring out the price pretty well. And this is what it gives me. I need to see those motherfucking imbalances. As I said, the one with the candlestick. But I'm not using... Okay, I'm staying on the same broker, by the way. So that's exactly what I want. So I'm looking for something. I need to shuffle it in between time frames. So if you don't know right now, I'm in 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 15, 20, 30. It's going higher. I'm not seeing what I want. I want to go lower. So let's go back to 8, 6. Okay. 5, 4, 3. I've seen one thing. I've seen what I wanted, by the way. It's in 3 minutes. So this is what I wanted. This is another thing entirely. This is what I trade the most. As my high probability trade, this is one. So is this basically this candlestick here? Which you can see we still have it here as well. You can see we still have one here as well. So this candlestick, I will explain it later. And you see, this is how I got this trade yesterday, the trade of yesterday. My entry was meant to be 94, but I don't know. I called 96 because I didn't want to miss out on the move. Why I called 96? I gave the price at 96 because I didn't want to miss out on the move. Because when market gave this zone, came here, I saw it as this level, confirm the support level, and then when next we are coming, we should just chook one long leg all the way down, and that long leg shouldn't be that much, I should give it like 40 pips leg, because when I get big trade like this and there is this support and market decide to chook one long leg, it tends not to go that much, because this is just taking all the people that have SLs below here out. And people that have SLs below here, let's say you found yourself here, your SL will just be 50 pips, some of them 60, some of them 70, 80, 90, 100. Most of the time, people with 100 pips tends to survive, So from my analysis, and this is something I'm talking of well data tested, So this is 100 pips. So I've just decided to keep it above here. If not, this would have been my entry. And at the same time, you put yourself at risk of missing this move. So I just kind of put it above here. So this is the zone of yesterday. This trading idea is different from everyday trade. And the TP of yesterday, because you see market just tag us in and then push back all the way to the top. So the TP yesterday was here. How did I get the TP? You see the TP was so accurate. The TP yesterday, I will tell you how, because of the TP was accurate. Two things gave me the accuracy of the TP. My first TP, the TP that I was meant to give was meant to be lower, which is here. So this is the TP I was meant to give. I was meant to give TP here, at this price here. At this price here. But I pushed my TP all the way to 16 on the dot, Why 16 on the dot is because of I was observing the 1 hour time frame candlestick that was pointing red, So there are so many details I look forward to, So I was observing the 1 hour candlestick. So this was the one that this candlestick tagged us in, and then the 1 hour candlesticks rejected, and this was what gave us profit, rejected massively. And then once you rejected massively, the opening of the next one pushed all the way here. So I literally saw market pushing maybe to this part of this candlestick, the body of this one, before going down. But that's how I got the TP around 16 on the dot. And then you see market actually didn't even reach here. It just stopped halfway and then dumped down back again. So this was the trade of yesterday. This was a good trade. This trade I put mark here is actually my highest probability trade. It's different from this support zone, totally different. It's something else. But most of the time, these are the two trades I take. If I don't take support, this is next, or trend line, which is almost the same as this and this, because I'm looking forward to what is happening. It simply means what market is doing now. But these ones are things that I have to pick zones, I have to chart, I have to bring out things. And things I usually bring out are things like this one I just brought out now. So you see market is already reacting from here. This is a sell zone. And when you sell here, just try to take it down to maybe just take out this low, because market might still just come here and then still go back up to your entry, but you can just get out here. But the realistic place for me to buy from, if I'm in a sell, I'll TP somewhere here. But if I'm in a sell, I will definitely, if I wanted to buy, I want to buy here. But if I'm in a sell, I will likely TP before, So it's reacting exactly the way I wanted. So this zone is different. I got it from these 3 minutes. I use all time frames, by the way, because I'm looking for something, and what I'm looking for tends to hide in different time frames. So you just have to shuffle it. So something like this, and I'm looking for something like this and this in an aggressive move. Market in very, very aggressive move. The market is buying upward and it's not stopping at all. No consolidation, is just pushing up and leaving behind some red candles like this. Now this is one of the things I look forward, but then I have to shuffle it a bit in another time frame to confirm, maybe 4 minutes, 5 minutes. I tend to see it more in 3 minutes and 3, 4, 6 minutes, all those weird time frame. This is what I'm looking for again. You know, it aligns with this my zone. So for instance now, if market fails to give me buy entry here and I hit SL, the moment I hit SL, you're gonna see me saying I'm buying at this price, and if market no buy from me, make I bend. This is the trade kind of, you know. I'm no longer interested in anything. If at this point, if I chop SL on this one like this, I no care again. At this point, my eye don't red, and I go for my highest probability trade, you know, something like that. So this is basically what we did yesterday on this trade. I will definitely explain further on how I usually get these zones when we start our beginner course and, you know, A to Z video. I was kind of sick these days, so that was why I've not started, but we're gonna start that one soon. Well, fine, that's it. So let's continue. This video is gonna be long, by the way. This is just trade recap. I already explained the 2 trades of yesterday, if you're following up so far. Then now, today we're gonna talk about if I'm about to take a trade, I'll be looking forward to buy here and then sell here or buy above this level. Now, what am I seeing here? I want to buy here. Where should I buy it from? Me, as I usually say, if you want to buy and I mark my zone here, if you don't want to do your job and looking for entry, you start looking for entry, bro, just come buy here. Just put your entry at 46.16. Give your SL a little bit space, like 60 pips, 50 pips, you are good to go. Like here, something like that for now. You can just do that. Put your SL here, 60 pips, and then target this level here directly. This is the candlestick I usually say the week, so that's gonna be my TP. This is already giving me 1 to 2.7. You can reduce your SL if you want, but I want to give it space. It's not bad to get it. 50 pips can actually carry this thing. Yeah, I believe 50 pips will carry it. So this is giving you 1 to 3. Let's make it exactly 1 to 3. So let's give it 50. Yeah, 55 pips. So target here. Sure for me, say this thing will deliver TP2 here. You understand? So this is another trade idea I'm just dropping now. We wait for market to come here. We buy here. We TP here. Finish. That's all. Nothing else. Or you wait, market break above here. You look for entry within the zone and you buy back up. Now let's observe the 30 minutes quick before I confirm that trade. Yeah, it's looking good. This is a good place to buy from. So that's it. Nothing else. This kind of trade I usually do on trade recap and I'm analyzing. I would not be dropping it in my Telegram group, but if you people watching my videos, you can just observe. If you want to start taking them or apply risk management, observe all the trade I'm dropping. Do exactly as I said. Don't, when you take this trade here, leave it to run to this TP. Don't try to close in the middle or wherever. When you take this trade here, leave it to SL. When it reach this TP, maybe 2, 3, 5 pips before, if you decide to close, that's understandable, but don't try to close here because I'm giving these things for you to observe my setup and observe my trade in general and see how it goes. So this is actually a trade, and this is definitely something that I believe is going to tap in and deliver by to this level for sure. So peace. That's all for today.